morning, students. In this video, we are going to discuss about summation. We are going to discuss about summation. What is the meaning of summation? We are going to find the total value. We are going to find the sum of the value. But here we are going to check with respect to the limit points. Here we are going to represent like this. For example, I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 7. We are going to define this as the lower limit, and I is equal to 7. This is called the upper limit. This symbol is called summation. Symbol is called summation. We call it as sigma. That means I am going to find the value from I is equal, by assuming the value I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3, and so on up to 7, and I am going to find the value of the given function, and then I am going to find the total, and then I am going to find the total. See, for example, the question will be like this: find the sum of sigma I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 3, I plus 1. What is the meaning of this? I am going to take the value of I as 0, and then I am going to take the value of I as 1, then I am going to take 2, and then I am going to take 3, and then I am going to find the value of the function. Here the function is given I plus 1. I am going to find the value of I plus 1 when the value of I is 0, and I am going to find the value of I plus 1 when the value of I is 1, and when the value of I is 2, when the value of I is 3, and then I am going to find the sum, the total. So when I take I is equal to 0, this will become 0 plus 1. Correct? In place of I took 0. I am going to take 1 in place of I am going to take 1, so this will become 1 plus 1. In place of I am going to take 2, so this will become 2 plus 1. In place of I am going to take 3, this will become 3 plus 1. What is the meaning of 0 plus 1? This is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. Now I am going to find the total. 4 plus 3 7 plus 3. So the meaning of summation, we are going to take the range of values given in the lower limit and the upper limit. I am going to apply these values in the given function, and then we are going to evaluate the value of the function, and then we are going to find the total. Then we are going to find the total. It may be in any form. It may be in any form. See, for example, shall we check another example in the same idea? Sigma j is equal to 0 to j is equal to 2 minus 2 power j. What is the meaning of this again? I am going to take the value of j as 0, 1 and 2. And then I am going to evaluate the value of the function, and then I am going to find the. Can you give an example what you are using the same idea, where you are using this idea in computer programming? This is nothing but the loop structure, what we are using for next loop or do while loop. This is the basic idea for the loop structure. That is, we are going to repeat the same action again and again, starting from the first point to the last number. See here, when you are writing the program, you will write like this: for I is equal to, for j is equal to 0 to 2, you will write the value equal minus value plus minus 2 power j. Next g. So initially you will be defining the value as 0. So first you will take value of the value 0 and then you will be finding, and it will be keep moving until the last. So this is called loop structure in computer programming. This is called the loop structure. For the loop structure we are going to use this summation. So now I am going to find the value of this in place of j. First I am going to take 0. So this is minus 2 power 0. And then I am going to take 1 minus 2 power 1. And I am going to take 2. This is minus 2 power 2. So what will be this? Any number to the power 0 is 1. Minus 2 power 1. So this will become minus 2. Minus 2 power 2. This will become 4. So what will be the value? 4 plus 1, 5 minus 2. The value is 2. So the basic idea, this is the loop structure. I am going to start from the first value, initial value, to the upper value. And then perform the operation, find the sum. Find the sum. Here we are using single summation, isn't it? You know that very well. In computer programming, you can use multiple loops in the same structure. We can find the answers in the same idea here in mathematics also. For example, find the sum of sigma I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 2, sigma j is equal to 1 to j is equal to 3, I squared j power 3. This is nothing but multiple loops. This is nothing but the multiple loops which you are discussing in computer programming. What is the meaning of this? I am having two limits. One I am having I 0, 1, 2, and then I am having j 1, 2, 3. How we are going to perform? When you are writing the computer programming with the multiple loops, we will write like this: for I is equal to 0 to 2. Then for j is equal to 1 to 3. You are having the statement. When you want to complete the loop, first you will be completing the next j, isn't it? First you will complete the inner loop and then you will go for the outer loop, isn't it? It's j, then you will go for the next I. That means first I am going to find the value of j and then I am going to find the value of I. I am going to first apply the value of j, I am going to find the answer, and then I am going to find the value, apply the value of I, and I am going to find the answer. What is this? How to do this? So in place of j, I am going to keep I as it is. I am not going to make any changes in I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 2. I am not going to make any changes in this. I am going to keep as it is. In place of j, I am going to take 1, 2, 3. So what will be the first idea? This is I power 2. In place of j, I am going to take, so this is 1 cube. The next one, I power 2. In place of j, I am going to take, this is 2 cube. Plus this is I power 2. In place of j, I am going to take 3. I am not changing I am keeping I as it is. Only in place of j, I am substituting the values. So what is the value of 1 cube? This is same 1. So this is I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 2. This is I squared. 2 cube is 8. So this will become 8 I squared. 3 cube is 27. So this is 27 I squared. I am going to find the answer. 27 plus 28, 8, 36. So this is I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 2. 36 I squared. Now we have eliminated the value of j. Now we are having only the value of I. Now I am going to apply the value of I from 0, 1, 2 and I am going to find the value. I am going to find the value. How to find this now? In place of I, first I am going to take 0 and then I am going to take 1 and then I am going to take 2. So what will be the answer? This is 36. I can take the number outside common. So this is 0 squared plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. Isn't it? 36 is the number. So I am taking it out as the common value. So in place of I squared, I am going to take 0. 0 squared, 1 squared and 2 squared. So this is 36 into 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4. So total 5. 36 into 5, 6 5s are 30. This is 100. This is nothing but the multiple loop. So take the value of inner value first. Simplify the answer, find the answer for the function and then apply the external value and find the final answer. So this is called multiple loop. This is the summation. Shall we discuss one more problem with this idea? For example, summation I is equal to 0 to 2, summation j is equal to 1 to j is equal to 3 minus I squared plus j cube minus I squared plus j cube. So what we are going to do, we are going to start from the first one. First I am going to take the inner loop. The inner loop I am having j. J value varies from 1, 2, 3. I am not going to make any changes in I. We are going to make the changes only in j and we are going to take the function value of j 1, 2, 3 and then we are going to simplify the given function. So what will be the answer for this? So I am not going to change the value of I now. So this is I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 2. I am going to keep I as it is. So this is I squared plus. In place of j, first I am going to take 1. So this is 1 cube. Next, I am going to take the value of j 2. That means there is no change in I. So I squared into 2 cube. I am going to take the value of j as 3. So this is minus I squared plus j is 3. So this is equal minus I squared. So I am keeping I as it is. I is equal to 0. I is equal to 2. This is minus I squared plus 1 cube is 1. This is minus I squared. 2 cube is 8. Minus I squared. 3 cube is 27. So here I squared plus I squared plus I squared. So this will become 3I squared. So I is equal to 0. I is equal to 2. I am going to find the total of values 1 plus 8 plus 27. So this is 36. Now in place of I am going to take 0, 1 and 2. Then I am going to simplify the function. So in place of I, first I am going to take 0 and then I am going to take 1. Then I am going to take 2. So what will be the value now? 3 multiplied, this is 0 squared plus 36. Isn't it? This is the whole function. So I am going to keep 36, repeat in all the time. Then in place of I am going to take 1 plus this is 3 multiplied minus 1 squared plus 36. Then the last one, in place of I am going to take 2. So this is 3 multiplied minus 2 squared plus the value will become 3 multiplied 0, this is 0, so this is plus 36. This is 3 plus 36 will become 39. 2 squared 4, 4 3s are 12, plus 36, this will become 48. The value of here, this is 0, this will become 0 plus 36 is 36. Minus 1 power 2, this is even number, so minus will become plus, so 3 plus 36, this is 39. 2 squared is 4, 4 multiplied 3, 12, 12 plus 36, this is 48. Now I am going to find the total. So what will be the total? This is 8 plus 8, 16, 17, 23, 2, 3 plus 3, 6, 10, 123. So the basic idea, first take the inner loop, substitute the values of the inner value and then simplify the answer and then apply the outer loop values and then find the answer. This is called summation.